come to meet the dawn again.
So how you doing today, my brother?
Doing good, trying to beat the heat.
I feel you, man.
Hot everywhere.
It is. So, what I want to know, this is the first time I'm actually getting down with some of these bands, and I'm having a really good time. These guys are really dope from what I'm hearing so far, people. Tell me, on this new album, or this latest album that you guys had, what drove you with that sound, man?
All right, well, I'm going to be honest. I joined right after the record was done.
Oh.
But I was filling in, did a tour, they went to the studio, and then I joined about 3 weeks after the record was done. So I was sort of in with the process, so maybe I could explain at least my take on it. I think for the band it was a little experimental of a period, like slight lineup change with like guitar player exiting, me, our bass player Griffin had just joined maybe the year prior, so it was a lot of different like working parts with like writing the record. So I think it was a little experimental, but more just like the normal ACACIA STRAIN attitude of like, well, we've been a band for a while, we're gonna do what we want to do, and this is like, we like heavy, angry, sad music, so we're gonna do it. And that's what I saw when they were writing, like when I was around, and I think that's part of why it just worked out for them, and then for me joining as well. It's just, we all have that mindset. They had that mindset writing it, and it just worked for the record.
That is pretty awesome. That is pretty awesome. Now, I know when bands and new members come in, sometimes it takes a little bit for everybody to click. Sometimes it don't, and it's just like magic right off front. How about that with you?
I think maybe the other guys have a different opinion, but I think for me it worked pretty well. I had known the guys for 3 years prior to joining. I worked actually at the studio where the last 3 releases were done, and I had worked on the record. So when I made the decision to stop producing bands full time and like engineering on records, Devin, the other guitar player, was actually the only person I had told about it. And ironically, the previous guitar player had quit 3 or 4 days beforehand. So it was, the magic just kind of worked all at once. It was like I had left working at the studio, they needed somebody. He was like, well, you kind of know all of it because you recorded it, so you want to play with us? And it just worked. They were already my buddies, so we all like gelled together. So I like to think it worked out real well.
That's awesome. No, that's pretty awesome right there. So from going to the studio and now being on tour, how you like the difference? You know, one is kind of, you at least get to go home every night, you know what I'm saying?
For sure. I definitely love them for different aspects. I like my time home more while I'm touring, because I guess I appreciate it a bit more, but also like I'm not stuck in front of a computer 24 hours a day. I still do like record, like I have a hardcore band at home that I play with that I like do the records for. Some friends from back home like have bands, so I just record them and everything, and still kind of doing the studio thing with this, so I like them both a lot. I would say touring for sure though. I like playing in front of people. So
I understand,
that's the real passion.
I understand. Now, is this some of the crowds? What's some of the biggest crowds that you've been able to play with since you've been out?
On this tour, in general, just some of the biggest ones. We did a festival last summer that was like 4,000 people, which for me was the biggest, but this tour consistently has been, I don't know the number, but like looking out, it's just a sea of people, and they all seem to be very into it, and we're all very happy with that. I know I definitely am.
Oh yeah, there's nothing like getting that energy back from the fans.
Especially when it like starts off a little thinner because the stage next to us just ended, so like you play the first song, it's like, all right, this is a decent turnout, and then you look 3 songs later and everybody's finally made their way over, and it's like, okay, this is a sick crowd.
That is always one of the most awesome feelings in the world.
Yeah.
Now I know the heat's pretty bad out here, guys. It's pretty hot here in Charlotte today, man. It's kind of crazy. So when you guys get up on stage, man, how you guys gonna keep safe and hydrated? You got plenty of beer,
water. This is
water.
Seltzer water. Yeah. It's either seltzer water or the Monster Tour water.
I feel you.
Helps out a lot.
Definitely, because you definitely need to be hydrated out here, my man.
Yeah.
So I know it's a question everybody asks, but you know what? Since you're new coming to the band, give me your favorite song that you guys got. Give me just
favorite to play live or from the new record?
How about from the new record and then to play live? What you got?
New record. I'm gonna say it's hard. I really like the new record, especially because I feel like I have a pretty unbiased opinion because I was like fan first and didn't write the record, so it's still just like a fan, you know?
Right.
I'm gonna go with all of it. But if I had to say one, Bitter Pill, just because we play it a lot live too, so it's like I get the energy of it. In general, probably my favorite song to play is The Hills Have Eyes from the Wormwood record.
Hills have eyes.
Yeah.
I got you. Okay, man. I bet the crowd be all kinds of nasty on
Yeah.
that, right? That's what you're looking for, all that bounce and everything, man.
Definitely.
Well, that's dope. Well, look, man, I appreciate this conversation. Yo, y'all check this band out, ACACIA STRAIN, right?
Yep.
See, I got to get it right, so bear with me. It's ACACIA STRAIN. We got this. Rise up. Together we rise.
Rising up to meet the dawn again. This darkness ends. I'm lifting my head to breathe in my own.